Okay, so we're going to practice playing this S5L from yesterday's, just yesterday's, not 2 years ago. This is 2 years ago, the S3L and the S2L. But I've made a new arrangement of this 10 string pattern stack here, which is the same. You can group these things as you like for your favorite group of strings. And in this case, the reason why I've grouped them like this, because we've got the G and the D alias down here, whole step, half, and we've got the C and the E, or E and the C, aliased up here, half step, whole. So we just start on a G shape, whole step, half, A shape sandwich, and then to the E shape. Okay, I mean, it's that simple. It's just a way to remember that the 5/6 is going to go in the middle of these guys, all right, and one's skewing off to the left, and it's a 7L. It's essentially a 7L if you want to just remember kind of which way it goes. But remember the string shapes, and you can't go wrong. Okay, so the center of the string shapes, the virtual accidentals, are straight up. Okay, so you're not going to be playing that entire fret, the action around that fret. So that bottom 6/7 root there. Okay, we've got this fret here. You're not going to play that. Everything's going to hinge around that. So it's 6/7 root 2 3 4 6/7 root 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2, and then 3 4 5. Okay, well, guess what? When we warp it over, remember, this is only a 5-string pattern. So in reality, what we'd be looking at when it becomes a fretboard, okay, in reality, sorry, my mouth is getting sore with some of these hot tacos I've been eating. It's bad for my mouth. I get sores. Um, so that kind of always affected me as a child, and canker sores. Okay, so now we're going to warp this over. Plus, I'm losing some of my teeth because I'm getting old. Okay, we're going to warp this over here. Now it's a fretboard, you see. Now we have a part of a fretboard here. It is a G cage, but it's a tripentatonic, meaning that it's not only a G, but it's a C and a D cage. How do we know that? We can play our G pentatonic. When we go to the C pentatonic, now here it comes with the G pentatonic. There is going to be D shaped. Is going to be right there. Only with the 5th do you get that 7th, right? So that's where that comes from. And then we get the diatonic. So remember, implementing the S5L pattern, it turns out looking quite different than the pattern itself. Okay, so we'll remember that. So this is the pattern. You keep this in your head, so you don't always have to warp it over. Let's say we just wanted to play the pattern for the first 4 strings like that, right? So we would just play the first 4 strings exactly the way the pattern is. 6/7 root 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2, like that. All right, for the next shape up, you could just go cage. So you got an E in cage. E goes to D, so it would go. All right, as opposed to warping that over. something like that. All right, so we have to zoom out again, and we had the labels were affecting us. Sometimes you can only do it in fourths. So this is in fourths. I can show you what it looks like if it's not in fourths. So this is the fretboard overview map. So with our new chart, we've just got the fourths there because we're dealing with a different concept, which is the repeatability of these notes themselves. Okay, so that's what we're focusing on. But this would be if we had everything. If we had even the cage shapes, it would look something like this. So we don't want to deal with that one today. But and of course with the fourths and the fifths in these string shapes, these are string shapes now, and going up in fifths, down in fourths. To the right, we go in fifths. So G goes to E. But look at that. Why does G go? No, that's the cage. You see what I'm saying? In fifths is the big letters. In fourths and fifths is the big letters. Caged is just caged with the shared. So in fifths, G goes to D, and that's D is the fifth of G, but E goes to C. Okay, remember, E goes to C because remember, what's the fifth of E? B, but it goes to C because of the tuning differential, the tuning third between the G and the B string causes all this to happen. So except E goes to C in fifth, and in string shape fourths, C goes to E again instead of going to F. So that's what it would look like if we had everything, but here we only have the fourths. And we do have our missing fret right there between E and C. And again, that we know why that is, right? We've talked all about that. I don't know if we're really like, talking around the point there, beating around the bush with it. It is an interesting concept. And what I've done is I've actually done an all P4 tuning study on it, and it doesn't take long to find out that C would go to F if it was all P4 tuning. You could do a circle of fourths, I believe you could, instead of what we call our string shaped circle, okay, which is in fourths, C goes to E. Now remember, the caged string circle, and this is what we're talking about today, and I better get to it so we don't go into an hour and 10 minutes. The cage string, start cage from any shape circle, is the opposite direction of the string shaped circle. So let's nail that. Now we know, let's straighten that out so we don't, when I first found that out, it confused me, and I didn't know which direction I was going for what. In general, you got two directions. In the string shaped circle, you go in fifths, and if you go backwards, you go in fourths. Okay, but in the cage string circle, you go in fourths, and if you go backwards, you go in fifths. But we'll use these circles, and they're going to become our friends. They are not going to confuse us, believe me, because what they're used for are two different things, but they're the same, the same keyboard, the same fretboard rather. So we're running out of time on this segment. Just want to talk about the cage circle. Look at how honest this is. C, A, G, E, D. But guess what? That's a descending pentatonic scale. Okay, C, A, G, E, D. C, A, G, E, D. Now if you go backwards, it's a little bit better. Starting on C, C, D, E, G, A. Okay, C, D, E, G, A. C, D, G, C, D, E, G, A. So that's nice. So you can see that in one direction it's caged, in the other direction